We're here.
We're so back.
We're back.
We're so back.
What's good?
I told you we'd be coming out with a second episode.
Yes, sir.
If
Mine
you
a
guys-
little better today.
Yeah. We've
See what we
spiced
have.
up the room a little
Got
bit.
a few things.
New mic kind of set up.
New
not in
mic
our
set
face.
up. You know, we're learning that. Everyone was complaining about us not having anything on that back wall, so I spiced it up a little bit, broke the budget.
Guys, this was a lot
tough.
of work.
Come
Like,
on
check it
now.
out. Like you can't beat that.
It's pretty sweet.
All these people with their neon sign.
Dude, come on. Give me 3 pieces of paper, 3 pieces of tape, and a marker, and I got you.
Bang. Right there.
Nate and JVL.
Nate and JBL.
I'm
So
gonna keep that for a while.
if you guys do need some interior design lessons,
We're happy to help.
Nate right here.
Yeah, it's true.
This boy's got it.
Got you. Don't worry.
I was gonna like go like this on your leg, and I was like, wait, is that weird?
Now it's weird.
Alrighty, let's get right into it, man. So we've both been gone. We've been
out.
We've been out of town. I was in North Carolina. Where were you?
I was in Palm Springs, California.
Just doing what?
Just golfing.
Just golf with the
Yeah,
boys.
a little boys trip.
Little boys
fun.
trip.
He would have been invited, but you decided to go to North Carolina. So
I was in North Carolina. Hey, I was doing a little sales blitz. It's all right, but
making dough. I was wasting money. You were making money. How it goes.
hey, but we
Two ends. Two ends.
But it was good. It was fun. North Carolina's gorgeous, dude. I love the East Coast. East Coast, best
Let's
coast,
go,
hot
dude.
take.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. See how the people feel.
Should we put that right now? East Coast is better than the West Coast. Let me tell you why.
Fires. What are you talking about? Is that what you're going at?
Well, I wasn't gonna go there.
I mean, that's flaming through the West Coast right now.
What's
So.
going on?
Yeah.
Here's what I like about the East Coast.
Let's
Okay,
hear it.
East Coast, you got a little bit of everything. Okay, you got beaches, you got cities, you got
Right.
history.
Okay. Well, there's history on the West Coast too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing of interest.
All right.
Here's,
Sure,
yeah.
that's controversial, but all right.
Like when I lived back in Virginia, right? It was
Yeah.
like a couple hour drive to DC,
Yeah.
couple hour drive to the beach.
Okay.
We went down to Myrtle Beach a couple times.
Yeah.
We could drive up to New York
I like
City.
the
It
East
was like a
Coast.
4
I got some
4.5
cousins in the
hours
East Coast.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah, they're dope.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And I just, okay, this is the main reason why, is just because it's green. Like everywhere. Whereas West Coast is too, but I feel like it's northern West Coast is like Oregon and Washington.
Okay.
California and northern California maybe a little bit, but once you get too far, I mean, not too green with all those fires.
Too soon.
But
Pretty sure they're still going
on
through it right now.
it's not funny, guys. It's on a real note, prayers out to the families and those
Prayers out,
affected by
prayers
the
out.
fires, for real.
Yep.
But dude, when me and because I went to North Carolina with Jack,
Right.
right? Just for the people to know,
Jack Weiss.
Jack Weiss.
The Queesmeister.
Which, by the way, that man is hilarious, dude.
He's a funny kid.
You could be. No, I do it too, and I know that. But like, he could be looking at you, but if he's on his phone at all while you're talking to you,
Oblivious.
he'll be like, "Wait,
It's
what
awesome.
did you say?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "We just had like a 10-minute conversation
Yeah.
right there, and you just weren't listening." Yeah,
It's the best.
it
makes
it's
it so
infuriating,
funny.
but it's so funny at the same
Yeah.
time. But anyways,
It's pretty good.
when we were headed out, when we were on our way out there, the one of the flights that we were on, first off, totally, U.S. Marshal, how like there's a U.S. Marshal on every flight.
Yeah.
That's a thing, right? It's
Yeah,
every
it's
single
a real
flight,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Something
In
that I
case
realized,
something happens on the flight.
and something that I realized, gotta be one of the easiest jobs in the world.
Yeah, until something goes down.
Yeah, but after 9/11 and like now the huge increase in security, how often is something going down? They're
Yeah.
making like $100,000 a year, $120,000 a year.
That's true, but might not even be like with weapons or something. They could just get into like a big fight and someone's got to like break it up and detain
I guess
people.
that's true.
Stuff like that has to
I feel
happen.
like that's a really chill job, a little free travel.
No, it's dope because majority of flights, I've never been on a flight where someone got into a fight or anything like
Yeah,
that.
no,
Like
but-
majority of flights, you're just chilling.
yeah,
That's true. But
We
you have
totally-
to act when
we-
there is something
we
that
totally
happens.
pointed him out. He was like
You
one of
found
the
him?
last one getting on the flight. Jack, dude. Okay,
Yeah,
wearing a hat with the the blue stripe flag hat,
nice
muscle shirt,
stuff.
handbag or whatever. Now maybe this could
Like
easily,
a
this could
carry-on bag. Okay.
very well just be
Just a random dude. So you
But
you
he
don't
just-
even know if it was him. You just profiling the
For
dude.
sure, I was profiling him. I was like, "Yeah, you're the U.S.
Alright.
Marshal
Alright.
for sure. Like if I am in trouble, you're
I'm
who
going. Yeah, that, I mean,
That's
it's
who
probably
I'm
true.
going
It's
to.
probably true.
But anyways, so on our way out there, okay, this is so funny. This is like Jack core, okay?
Just Jack.
So I had went up to the desk before our flight, and I was like, hey, because I'm 6'5", so like economy, my knees are always touching the seat in front of me, and oftentimes like I'm depending on which flight I'm going on, like Delta, Spirit. Like if it's Delta, I'm usually fine.
Yeah, Delta's nice. I love Delta.
But we were on Frontier.
No, tough.
Hey,
no hate.
No hate on
I'm more
Frontier.
of a Delta Southwest. I like those
I am too. But like I'm starting to get on a Frontier train, and here's why.
They're low-key cheaper, aren't they? I feel like
my flight was $120 round trip to North Carolina.
Round trip is nuts.
Now, granted, I didn't get a carry-on bag. I had to pay an extra $45 for a carry-on bag.
Okay, so
so I'm still
so
$165. Yeah, $90 more. Okay, so yeah, like $200.
Is it round trip?
Round trip, $120 for the flight.
Yeah, so $90 more.
$90 more for the carry-on. Yep, $210. And me and Jack split that. And then I was like, you know what? I want an exit row on the flights back. On the flights there, I didn't do it, but on the flights back, I did. And it was $30 for the exit rows. So I'm still half the price I'm paying on a Delta flight.
It's true.
And so I'm like, you know what? That's worth it to me.
Yeah.
Now, when I have money, Delta all the way.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Amex card.
Yeah.
Everything.
Tough.
I'm going to have a black card one of these days. You know the Amex black card?
Yeah, it's tough.
I think it's like 2 pounds. Drop that thing, boom. You know? That's going through the table.
You put it on the table, like to pay for something. Just stops on the table.
Just falls through.
They like can't pick it up.
But anyways, so we're getting on this flight, okay? And I had gone up to the desk before, and I was like, hey, ma'am, I was looking to see if I could potentially upgrade to do an exit row, but I can't on the app right now. Like, is there anything, like, and she's like, oh, like, they don't allow you to upgrade this close to the flight. And I was like, okay. And I was like, but can I get my boarding pass, just because I didn't have my pass on my phone for some reason, and it wasn't loading very well. So I was like, can I just get my boarding pass printed? So she gives it to me.
I feel like you on an exit row, you just flip out if there was an emergency. I feel like you'd be no help.
Whoa!
I feel like you'd be you would be no help to people. You'd just be like, hey, everyone for themselves. Like, get out of the way, lady. And like you would just flip out.
This is out of left field. Hold on. No, because I will have you know, and when I was sitting in that exit row, I was thinking, all right, what could I do if we are in an emergency? I was like, I'm going to grab that door and just throw it, you know? No help.
I don't know. Hey, I'm just saying. I don't know.
No, but like maybe
you might help,
but like might not. I just like if
I think it depends on the situation.
Like, don't get me wrong. If someone's in my way of me surviving, you're not
right. That's kind
you're
of
gonna
where
be the one that's
kind of where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
I feel like if someone's in your way, you shoving that lady, the little kid, to the side. You're just bolting out.
The kid, the lady with a little kid.
You're like, nah, children first, not for JBO.
No,
JBO first.
If there was some old man or grandpa,
you're gonna
hold
push
on.
him to the side.
No, all I'm saying is like, or some older guy, an older
out
gentleman,
from
or someone
underneath
in my way, and they're like preventing the rest of us from surviving. You're going straight in the ocean. I'm pushing you off the wing.
That's terrible. You're just tossing him off.
Hey, you know, lose one to save the rest. The logic's there.
It's terrible.
How did we get here?
You just the exit row. You upgraded.
All right, yeah. So I went to her, and so she had said, and so she didn't tell me that she upgraded my seat, but she upgraded my seat on the ticket. Right. She upgraded me to exit row free, which life hack, guys. I've learned that if you just go ask, like, hey, is there any way, like, I would prefer to be in an exit row or something.
Yeah.
I have never had them be like, you need to pay. Like, they'll either say, oh, there's nothing available.
Depends if it's a full flight, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if there's nothing available, they're like, oh, there's nothing available. Yeah. But if there's something available, every time I've asked, I've gone and put it.
Swap.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
They don't really care.
Yeah.
And they won't make me pay the fee, which is great.
It's dope.
But anyways, so we had been on this was on our flight from Denver to North Carolina, because we'd flown from Salt Lake to Denver. Okay. And on that flight from Salt Lake to Denver, the exit rows were like completely open.
Jack just flipping out about Colorado. he just loves that place.
Jack loves Colorado.
Yeah, he does.
But
loves the Broncos.
Stuff. Go Broncos! Hey,
Bonus is holding it down. But yeah, they had a tough
loss against
the wild card game or whatever.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm fine with the Bills winning just because my mom and my dad are like diehard Bills fans. My mom's from Buffalo.
Tough.
So I mean, it's scary right now because if they lose, I don't think I'm gonna want to be in that house for a little bit. Yeah. Which, by the way, the total side note.
We haven't even gone to this.
We haven't even gone to the freaking point of that story. But hey, Total side note. So my mom texts me while I'm in North Carolina. This is when the Bills and the Broncos are playing. She knows, obviously I'm a Broncos fan. She's a Bills fan.
Right.
And she goes.
I forgot you were a Broncos fan too.
Yeah.
Take it back.
She goes, hey, what bet are we putting on this game? And I was
putting
like,
down bets.
all right, Mom, let's throw down. And she goes.
You start looking at parlays. She's like, no. I just mean like between me and you.
And she sends me a screenshot, and I'll put a photo right here. This is what she sends me. And she says, if Bills win, you have to wear this wherever I tell you to. She sent a list of things. One was like on a date, one was to a party.
Okay.
One was to like my grandpa's house, and then one over to like my neighbor's house. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And so she sent this like list of things. She's like, you have to wear this. And I was like, okay. And it's a shirt with Josh Allen with his like diamond chain, glasses, hat on him, and it's
Josh Allen's tough.
Yeah, yes. But she got it, and it's on the front and the back. And
wearing it on a date, they're gonna be like,
exactly. Obviously, Bills win.
Obsessed with
right?
it.
Exactly. Obviously, Bills win, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, I got it in sweatshirt form, so you can't."
Did she
wear
actually
over
buy
it.
it?
Oh yeah, no, it's at my house.
Is it actually?
Yeah, no, it's
no
sitting there
way.
in my
That's
bedroom.
tough.
Yeah, no, it's there.
Your mom sounds sick.
Yeah,
Stuff.
no, she and so anyways.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, so I lost that bet horribly. I mean,
Right.
good old Broncos in there. Yeah. What, they finished the game with 10? Yeah, no, it was bad.
Tough, dude.
Anyways, back to what we were on.
Yeah, Jack in
this
on the flight with
on
you.
this flight.
Right,
So
right, exit row.
So I get put in the exit row, and we're like, okay, we'll board last. I was like, we'll board last, so like I can get on and like we'll see if there's spots open. You can just sit there with me. They're not gonna ask. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting on last, and Jack's ahead of me, and for some reason, I don't really know. I think there might have been a couple people behind us, so we wanted to make sure. He walks to the back of the very plane. I'm sitting down.
Why do you walk to the
Just walk, because that's where his assignment
Oh,
was.
right. Yeah.
And I was like, Jack, we're supposed to sit on the exit row. And the flight attendant, because he's like just kind of standing back there. So flight, oh, like, can I help you find your seat? He's like, oh yeah, I'm in 39B.
So the very back.
Very, very
So he
back.
told her where he's
And she's like, oh,
supposed
it's
to
right
be
here. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he just walks back up to the exit row and sits down. And he goes,
And she's just watching him do that.
he's like, we might be screwed. I was like, why? He's like, I told the flight attendant that
Why'd he do that?
that I was in 39B. I was like, oh my gosh. And so
she just walks up.
Just walks right up, and she goes, sir, you told me you were in 39B. He's like, oh yeah, I was confused. And the exit row on this
How do you
flight,
get confused and walk 10 rows up and then sit down?
because the exit row on this plane that we were on had two exit. This exit row was 29B. So he literally could have been like, oh, I thought it was 39B. It was 29B.
But he's standing in 39B. Like, oh, I'm in 39B. And then walks up to 29. It's like, oh.
And she's like, you know,
I
just
thought-
gonna move seats.
I thought the
'cause
numbers were getting bigger as I went forward in the plane. So,
this is my first time flying. I just didn't. But
did he
just
say it was
sits
his
down.
first time flying too?
No, but he just
Oh,
sits
that's
there,
funny.
and she comes up, and she's like, you told me 39B. He's like, oh, I was confused. And Jack can't lie. Like,
No.
Jack's not good at lying at
No, I
all.
can't.
And he's like, oh, I just, I was confused. And he's like, and she's like, well, what's your seat? He's like, let me check. He just pulls up his phone.
And he
Nothing.
pulls it 39B.
And she's like, yeah, you're in 39B. You need to go back there. And he's like, oh, okay, my bad. I'm just either with like my hand, my like face in my hands.
I
and
can
I'm
see you guys like planning this out before you get on the plane. Like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm already in this row. It doesn't look like there's anyone next to me. Just come sit
Yeah.
next to me. Just walks all the way back, and you're like, all right.
But it did. I mean, it worked for the flights back. Flights back, I bought the exits.
because you guys learned from your first. Oh, you bought the exit. Okay,
Well, so
take
I
it
bought
back.
him.
All
He
right.
didn't buy him.
Okay,
But I bought him because I was like, I for sure want an exit seat no matter what.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Frontier.
but he didn't buy them.
No.
So he did. Did he do the same thing?
No, but it worked that time, yeah.
So he learned from his mistake. Walked right
Mhm.
to the aisle he's supposed to be in, and
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
And then
cool.
we were fine.
nice.
So it was,
Good job,
it was a
Jack.
little all over the place, but it was
Great
so
work.
funny.
Great work.
But anyways, anything that was kind of like probably the funniest. Well, one of the funniest moments. I have another funny thing, but
Yeah.
anything funny from your trip happen?
Dude, well,
You got who'd you meet on the golf course? Was that Tony Finau that you
yeah, we
met?
met Tony Finau. We just went to the Amex tournament. That's kind of why we were there, and just go watch the pros play, and then golf for ourselves and stuff. But yeah, so I watched Tony Finau play the majority of the day. But we went and saw like Justin Thomas,
Who
like Ricky Fowler and stuff like
who
that.
signed your shoe?
That was Tony. That was
Okay,
Tony.
Tony
Finau. Yeah,
signed
Tony
your
Finau for signing the shoe. That was so funny.
So
And they
you
posted it on the Amex.
Yeah, I saw that.
So funny. We're like, what the heck?
Because you just
It's
took it was your
hilarious.
golf shoe. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we just took them off our feet and then just turned it for him. Like, hey, you sign this?
Like normally you get like brand new shoes to have.
Yeah.
signed.
No, yeah.
No, your shoes
or
are
like his
used.
shoes.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
and your shoes are like
My dude, it's just off my foot. Probably like
just like
stank
Nike,
and I'm just
Nike
giving it to him.
Dunk golf shoes.
There's golf shoes and he signs them. They're the ones that he wears though, which is cool.
Oh, really?
He wears Nike golf shoes, which is cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it was so funny. And I texted Addie like the picture and stuff like that. Just like, so we got to get you new golf shoes now. And I was like, well, I'll take new golf shoes. But I kind of just wanted to do it for fun.
You're just playing with somebody. Someone's like, "Oh, who signed your shoe?" You're like, "Oh, Tony Finau." They're like,
Tony Finau.
"You're playing with those?"
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
my only shoes.
Yeah.
Little do you know, it's like the only ones I have.
I know.
But that's
But
fun.
yeah, it was sick. And then he was playing with this is probably my highlight of it though. He was playing with the CEO of Adobe.
Oh yeah,
His name is Shantanu.
Shantanu.
He's dope. He's
Yeah.
he's a dog.
Dude, I looked up when
He's tough,
when
actually.
you sent me a picture, or you said like, "Oh, I played." He was playing with like the.
Yeah,
you took
yeah.
a picture of them.
You
How
like
much
him
was
up?
net worth?
Dude,
Money.
he is loaded.
Yeah, I mean, and Google's always
Crazy.
like wrong on like net worth.
Right, it's
but,
probably
like,
more.
Yeah, he's probably a billionaire.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, easy.
Because
CEO of Adobe.
Google was saying that he's only like worth like 280 million or something.
Google's
like
just salty and they just don't. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
No, Adobe. He was lit. And like, majority of people there, they're not there to go see Shantanu.
Pros.
I had no clue that he
Oh,
was going to
him.
be there in the first
Yeah.
place. They're there to see the pros,
Yeah.
right? So like Tony Finau hits it, and obviously it's amazing. They're like, oh yeah, great. And then Shantanu hits it, and it's like, it's still decent. Like he's not bad at golf. Like he hits it pretty good, and they're just like crickets. And we're like, dude, hype the guy up.
I would have
So
been on
we-
the side like, yeah.
No, yeah, that's exactly what we started doing. So like we like kind of noticed this. Like every time he hit it, we're like, yeah, we're like flipping out, we're like clapping for him, and he's like looking at us, he's like waving and stuff. And then after the fact, we like Tony Finau signing all these people's stuff, and no one's asking for Shantanu, obviously, because he's just a CEO. He's not a golfer.
I mean,
So he just walks
still
past,
big-
and then
big guy
we're
to
like,
have a
hey,
picture.
could we get a picture with you? We like get a picture. He like walks over to his buddy, and he's like telling him about how he got a picture with us, and like points to us and stuff like that. And we're like his biggest fans.
I
It was
bet,
funny.
dude, you probably made his day.
I know
honestly.
it was fun.
That'd be
Dude.
cool.
Dude,
That'd be cool.
he was dope. I like
That's
him.
so funny. Did you be like, hey, give me a job?
No, but my brother had a internship with Adobe. Like, oh yeah, I worked for you for a little bit. It's like
I
so
made you all your money.
So
I was
like
the
an
one that
internship. It's awesome.
Grew your company to what it is
Yeah.
today.
He's like, you're welcome. Shake his hand. You're like, you're
I
welcome.
expect a check of like $1 million in the mail, please.
No, he's dope though. So
That's
shout
actually way
out Shantanu. He's dope.
Shout out that boy Shantanu.
Yep.
But well, that's funny.
Yeah, it was dope.
Well, that's like way cooler. See, I met a grandma with dementia on my
That's
trip.
pretty close. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the same. Well, here, let's tell me about it though.
Yeah. Okay. So
Hear
this was probably so. I mean, I said in I think the last podcast, like I've done door to door for a couple years. Okay,
Right.
almost 3 years now.
You're balling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. It's fun.
Right.
And this was probably the craziest experience I've ever had on the doors. Now I mean, I've had pew-pews pulled on me. I've had, but so this grandma comes out.
Pew-pews. I'm dead. All right.
Don't know if we can say the other word,
It's
but
on.
this grandma comes out and I'm thinking like, oh, where's Chad? She's totally sweetheart. Okay.
Yeah.
Like older grandma, like,
You had those experiences.
yeah, like
cool.
sweetheart, like, and I will always sit and talk to those people because I think, like, because I kind of see, like, if they're gonna sit there and chat with me and like they want to chat, like, I'm like, okay, like,
Right.
maybe like I can have a little bit of fun with them,
Yeah.
like, chat, whatever, learn like some great
Right.
stories.
Oh.
And so it was great, and and I was obviously like selling, and she's like, oh, like come back for my son, like my son handles this, and I was like, okay, perfect, like I'll swing back.
Cool.
And so I ended up selling both neighbors on both sides of her. And so when I sold the guy on the other side, this was like later in the day because I like rewrapped around.
Okay.
And he was dope. He was like, yeah, let's whatever. And I was asking, I was like, oh yeah, like your next door neighbor right here, like, and he was like, oh, she has dementia. I was like, oh, I like literally couldn't tell like at all. Like
It like doesn't help your case. Like, oh yeah, I'm working with down there. You're like, what do you mean you're working with her? She
Well,
doesn't even
I didn't
remember
tell
who
her.
you are.
I just was like, oh yeah, your neighbor right here. Like, I'll be going back over to her when her son gets home. And he's like, oh yeah, she has dementia.
It's like, she's not gonna remember.
Make sure
that.
you deal with her son. And I was like, okay, yeah, like, because ethically, I would never be comfortable selling someone with dementia.
Because then they're gonna come and spray or whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
And they're gonna be like, I didn't sign up for this.
Exactly.
Like, well,
and it's like, I don't want someone signing a contract who mentally is probably not there.
yeah, that's definitely not good.
And it was, and I mean, I've throughout my experiences with door to door, people will have a sign on the door like, homeowner here has dementia. Do not try to solicit her anything. And
Never
like,
seen
I
that
will
sign.
always like,
Never seen that, but
yeah, like I will always walk away with that. Like I've seen people put that up or whatever.
that's smart to put that up.
Exactly, naturally, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of people with dementia who actually will live alone, and so, I mean, I think it's smart.
Be hard to do that because
Yeah.
if they have to take pills or something like that, and they're like,
yeah, I don't know, dude.
I guess they have those little trays.
If I ever if I ever get dementia, put me in a home, a good one.
I don't know if that's a hot take. I feel like that's pretty.
Yeah, don't let me get
Unless you're like married and
beat
your
around.
wife can take care of you.
True.
That's
If I'm alone, put me in a home
yeah, no, for sure.
with some amenities, maybe pickleball,
Maybe you getting out there with big wall
pool table.
stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll challenge all the Gramps in there.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
put in the work.
But anyways, and so I go back to the house later, and I knew the son's name because the mom told me and everything. So I like, oh, like, are you so and so? And he was like, yeah, what's up? I was
I
like,
thought
oh,
you were gonna say like no, like just forgets.
oh
like,
no.
her son's
He,
name.
so
Crazy.
he comes. I was like, oh, are you so and so? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, cool. Like, did your mom tell you I was coming by? And he's like, no, she has dementia. And I was like,
Right.
I was like, oh, like, sorry, like,
You saw that one coming.
And yeah, like, and so I was like, oh, like, well, the reason I'm here and just stayed my business or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just loses it. Like
mad?
oh yeah,
Oh.
just goes off on me. Like, how dare you try to sell someone with dementia, blah, 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 just cussing me out, using every word in the book,
It's a common
throwing out some
door-to-door
personal
reaction.
attacks here and there. And I was like, oh, like, dude, like, I didn't know.
Some
I didn't
personal
try to sell
attacks.
her.
What shade was he throwing at you?
Oh
Personal
my
attacks.
gosh, dude.
What
Well,
we got?
like at one point, like obviously the most common one, like go get a real job, like you don't know what you're doing, whatever. And then like,
do you ever like fight back in those situations, or you just like hey.
only if it's like if I'm being threatened, then I'll start barking back. Like I'll stand my ground. Like, if I need to, like, but most of the time, right?
Most of
like,
the
I'm
time
not
you
trying to
don't need to,
ruin a neighborhood or anything like that.
Right,
So,
right.
But he was the last door of the night. Like it was at this point, it was like almost 6:30, and at this time of the year, right, you get off the doors when it just gets dark because I mean, people even though it's only 6:30, people it like becomes a ghost town.
Right.
You just don't answer the doors when you're knocking on.
In the wintertime, it's dark. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, he just loses it on me. Just like loses it. Like just coming at me, yelling at me, screaming at me, and I was like, "Yo, dude, like I didn't know. Like I wasn't trying to sell your mom. That's why I came back to you." Oh, well, someone in your company one time had her sign a contract, and she has dementia.
It's bad.
And I'm like, dude, like I didn't know. Like I'll get out of your hair. Sorry, man. And then he starts following me out his driveway, and still is just going and going and going and going.
Nice.
And so finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving the neighborhood tomorrow. This is my last door. I'm barking.
Oh, you went back?
Oh, I went back.
Okay.
So then
let's
I
hear
turn
it.
around and I just am like, dude.
Add the popcorn.
Well, I was like, bro, like you couldn't be more of an idiot to think that I would just know that your mom has dementia. I was like, you're an idiot. I was like, put a sign on the door or something. I didn't try to sell your mom. You didn't pay for anything, and you're losing it over this. And I was like, are you for real? Like, are you that much of a child? I was like,
God.
where are we at right now? And he just kind of just keeps going. And then, I mean, I just,
You just left.
I said some choice words.
Oh, okay. All right.
I said some choice words back to him, but like, anyways.
The cops get called, or
Well, no. So the funny thing was the neighbor that I sold was a cop.
Nice.
And she comes out after the fact, like totally hears us. And she's like, what just happened? I was like, he just cussed me out because I didn't know his mom had dementia. And I'm a terrible person for not knowing that, apparently. And she was like, F that guy, am I right?
Dude, her neighbor. That's awesome. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Anyway, so it was just like, I was so just caught off it because he's just yelling and screaming at me and it's dark out. So
he had
the
a bad
neighbors
day.
are like,
He had a rough
going
day.
on? Yeah. So
Jerry had a rough day, dude.
But hey, it's funny. I mean, those make, it's fun.
You gotta have those experiences.
Oh, God.
Those are fun.
Makes you appreciate the good ones a lot more.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to know your mom has dementia?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
Even if I so
just don't know
happen
that.
to sell her, like, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. Like,
it's true. She's got to mention it at some point. Maybe
Like,
she just didn't remember she had dementia. That's the
or
thing.
put a sign on the door if your mom isn't going to have a constant caretaker.
I'm sure they have a sign now.
I mean, maybe I
They
did tell him
probably
to put one up.
Yeah, probably put it
So-
up now. He's probably like, that's a pretty good idea, actually. But I'm not going to give you credit.
But I'm not going to tell you I'm going to do it. He's like, I'm not going to tell you that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Because you're an idiot.
But I'll do it tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. But anyways. But yeah,
That's
no,
funny,
North
dude.
Carolina was great. California was great.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Good trips.
I love being out of town. I
Yeah,
do.
it's fun.
But I do love coming back too.
Yeah.
But every time I'm back, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to leave again.
Yeah, it's definitely bittersweet.
Going to Peru on
Bittersweet.
Friday.
Oh, yeah? Taking off.
So excited for that.
Yeah.
Gonna go hit up Machu Picchu.
Sick, dude.
One of the 7 wonders of the world, man.
Let's go, dude.
But
It's gonna be tough.
but anyways, okay, we have an over-under that we talked about while we were gone.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So Nate's wife does track and
Yes.
field,
She does long distance track and field at UVU.
collegiate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about sprinting.
Yeah.
And Nate is convinced. You go ahead and tell him what you think you can do.
Well, no, here's the thing. Is she's long distance, right? So like obviously it's very different. Like I could not beat my wife in a race long distance or anything like that. Like a mile she'd cook me. Like
I'm glad you admit that.
not even close.
Yeah.
But I was like, if we put like 100 meters or like 200 meters or something like that, I think I could compete like at a collegiate level, not with the men's though, but I feel like I could compete with the women's division. Because obviously I don't like run sprints or anything like that, but I feel like I could take off quick enough.
You think
I think I could take off quick enough.
100 or 2 meter?
I haven't decided
100
because
2 meter
I don't
race?
even know. I could definitely see myself getting absolutely cooked, but it could be fun to like see
I'll take
like
ownership
how
right
fast
now.
I actually go.
I'll take ownership right now. 100 meter, I'm getting flamed. Like, not even close.
Not even close.
No.
Maybe a 200 meter.
I think if you're in
400,
that middle ground,
400, I'm still getting cooked. I feel like 400 is where it starts to get too much.
Okay.
I
that's
think
fair.
200 is like a solid one where I feel like I could probably get to that. But I don't know because 100 meter they start fast though. Like they're like off the blocks, they're cooking,
They're
and I'm like,
fast.
it's crazy.
Like, I mean,
But like 200 meter, I could probably build up fast enough, but I don't even know. I'm probably just talking to everyone. Everyone's thinking like, this dude's an idiot.
all I'm saying is I know I would not win a single. I
think
hate
it'd just be cool to
running.
like to just see, you know?
All right, we'll put it to a test.
Because
We'll
like
go
I'm
to
sure
a track.
it's all fun. It's all fun at games, like just to like
Yeah.
have fun with
We'll
it.
go to a
I just want to
track.
see how cooked I would get.
Yeah,
I just kind of want to see.
that's fair.
if I could put up a fight.
We'll go to a track and we'll put it. You want a 200 meter?
Yeah,
we'll see how
put like 200
fast.
meter. And
I
we'll
think
ask
you're
one out of his
losing.
teammates to see it. I'm
I
gonna
think-
get cooked. I'm gonna get cooked.
I think you're losing.
When we first had this conversation, we were gonna have me and you do it, and then you dropped out like that. You're like, no.
I'm not getting embarrassed like that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, come on.
I'm saving my ego.
All right, I'll take my ego down. Because if they're.
I mean, actually,
if
it's
they're
not really
cooking-
like nothing to an ego because at the end of the day, like
They're collegiate athletes.
You're a collegiate sprinter. Like
That's
that's,
what I'm saying.
impressive
what I'm
in
saying.
and of itself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think I'm putting it out there right now. 200 meters,
200 meters.
you're losing by more than a second.
I can see that. I feel like that's probably accurate to what I would lose at.
Okay.
I feel like that's pretty accurate.
So you're not taking the over that you think you could hang.
I'm saying that I could surprise and have a sleeper speed. I don't know. The thing is, I've never timed myself at like doing 200 meters. So I have no clue if I would even compete. Like I feel like I should go to a track first, see how fast I actually run it, and compare it to the times that they're actually running.
No.
Like I feel like that would be.
You don't get an opportunity to do that.
All right.
We're just
Then we're just
putting
gonna
you-
run
We're
it.
putting you on the
All
track.
right. We'll film it. We'll have some fun.
I can't wait for this. This is for sure going on all social media platforms.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's gonna. It wouldn't actually hurt the ego just because they're like collegiate athletes, so it's dope. But I'm just intrigued.
I'm gonna
Put a parlay, 8-leg parlay.
8-leg parlay. We just do all events.
Yeah,
We do
just hurdles, long jump.
just doing all the sorts of.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyways, come back to watch me get cooked by a collegiate athlete.
I think I would want to do if you were doing track and field.
Yeah.
Which event would you want to do?
I feel like I would want to get good at hurdles Because my mom
Really?
actually, she ran track in high school and she did hurdles, and she still holds the record actually at our high school,
Which high school?
Highland High School. She went to my high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she still holds the record there. I think it's 400-meter hurdles.
Wow.
I think, yeah.
So would your mom cook you in a race?
Oh, easy, easily. She would absolutely destroy me.
Did she go on to do college or no?
Yeah, she went and played soccer in college. She
Oh,
played
really?
at the U. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Man, and you, what did your dad play basketball?
yeah. He played basketball and football.
Okay, so that's how you got into basketball.
Yeah,
You never
he was more into like football for us though. But my brother played basketball, and that's what kind of got me like
B-War?
more.
Or?
Yeah, B-War. I only have one brother, but yeah.
I always forget Caden's not your
Yeah, Kane's my brother-in-law. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I mostly got in basketball. Like B-War, and my dad played in high school. But he wanted us to, we played football growing up too.
So
He was hoping that would be
1v1, you were B-War.
Right now, questionable. In our primes, he's beating me.
Really? He
Yeah.
was that good?
Yeah, he was nasty.
I mean, he's tall.
I mean, yeah, he played at Westminster and then played at BYU. Like he's
Yeah.
played college ball and everything.
No, dude, B-War's a dog.
No, he's a dog.
I
He's
want to
tough.
see this. I want to see this 1v1.
We 1v1. We 1v1 on the occasion. I like back when I was in high school, we'd 1v1 all the time, and it was helpful for me because I was playing against someone who was a lot better than me.
Yeah.
You know, so then when I played against kids that were like about mine, like about
Yeah.
how good I was, it was a lot easier to compete.
Oh.
So I liked it. He's a dog. B-War.
Good old B-War.
Yeah, he's tough.
One of my favorite memories at the casinos with B-War.
B-War is the man.
B-War is a dog.
Stuff.
But yeah, no, you're not. You're getting cooked.
Yeah. No,
Running, you're getting cooked. So
yeah. That'll be fun.
I'm holding that.
I might pull a hammy.
I'm hit up better picks for 200 eggs or whatever.
200 eggs.
Addy versus Addy.
Big underdog.
Or Addy versus Nate.
I'm the big Addy would cook me in any
Addy versus Nate. I'm throwing all my life
anything long
savings on.
distance.
I think Addy would cook you in the 100 meter, 200 meter.
We've raced 100 meter like on the beach and stuff like that. We've raced before. Like
Did you
like
win?
I'll win on like short distance, but anything long like that's what I'm saying. Over 200 meters, she's cooking.
Okay. I mean, and she is a long distance.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll
So
get,
her
we'll
endurance
get
is
someone who does
nuts. Like
does
10
short
miles. She's
distance.
running 10 miles a day. Like could not be me. Could
Yeah.
not do that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyways, last little thing we want to talk about is the side hustle that we've been doing.
Oh, yeah?
Little bit, last few days.
We're trying to get these things going. It's all a work in progress, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing that we've been doing is day trading option contracts.
Yeah.
Which
tell us a little about it. There's like we have a portfolio open.
yeah,
Right.
so I mean we can post them one of these days, kind of like our results. Basically I'm just working with a guy who has been doing day trading for about 2 years now, and he's done pretty well with it. And so I was like, hey dude, just
Yeah.
I'll throw my own money into it. Let's, help me like learn how to do it and stuff. And I was on the phone with him a little bit longer today, or a little bit ago. And we were just kind of talking about it. Basically, like what we're doing is how option trading works, option contracts, it is you have a stock and you have its evaluation, and you're basically saying, okay, it's going to go this much higher or it's going to go this much lower.
Yep.
And the bigger gap that you do
You
on
can like
that,
short it and stuff.
exactly, the bigger gap you do on that, the cheaper the contract is, but the higher the payout can be,
Yeah.
because you can also lose it really quick.
Right.
Right.
High risk.
Yeah. The high risk, high reward thing, which, by the way, no such thing as high risk, high reward, just high risk.
Yeah, it's just high risk.
There's no such thing as high risk, high reward. It's just high risk.
Because like you could potentially get a high reward, but you could also potentially get a high loss.
Yeah, it's just like
you could be at the bottom level.
Yeah, which a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's what high risk, high reward is. I just think that it's high risk. It's not really a high reward, because if I put $1 into this, so and so, like there's not a whole lot of, like I'm not really gonna lose a bunch. It's still the same risk, but people associate putting $10,000 into it as being a quote higher or like high reward, but it's like not
But
really.
you'll get paid out more.
You're
though.
still you're getting paid out more, but it's
So
like
it's
at
a
the same
higher
time it's the
reward.
same ratio is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. Like high risk, high reward is BS. There's only such thing as high risk. Stay away from it.
Yeah.
Unless you are willing to lose 10 grand in the matter of 2 seconds. But anyways, I put in $2 grand. Okay. just because I had some floating around, and I was like, you know what, I'll put this in because I'd seen his track record, and he'd been positive. The funds finally like initialized in the account on Monday of last week. And it's Monday of this week right now that we're recording. But and so we traded Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Tuesday we went down. And
right off the bat.
And he was like, I tried a little bit of a gamble here. Like he was like, that's my fault. And he was like, I'll cover it because that was my fault. And I was like, you're good. Like I knew my risk getting into this. But then the next 3 days we were up every day. Wednesday we were up 300. Tuesday we went up 200. Friday we went up like another 190.
Nice, dude.
So I mean, averaging almost a 20% return.
Yeah.
So it's been really good. He's one that does. He's like, look, I don't do the heavy gambles. I'm not trying to turn your portfolio of $2,000 into $20,000 in the span of 2 days. Like he's like, I'm gonna do a 10% loss and we're gonna do a 20% gain. As soon as it hits that 20%, he pulls out. And he will always he is very good at it. And the reason why I'm going with him is because he's good at it.
Very smart.
Because I'm a gamble mentality. I'm like I could 7X here.
This is why he does your portfolio.
This is why like he's helping me, like he's in control of it. And I'm just kind of like learning as we're going.
Right.
But yeah, anyways, so I mean the span of we went down on Tuesday, I think we went down like 200 something. So in the span of 3 days up almost like 400, I think is good, dude. Which is chill. Yeah. Can't complain about it. So, but yeah, no, he's teaching me how to do it. As we learn more, we'll kind of, let you guys know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you basically buy a set number of contracts for a account. Yeah. And those contracts can, it just depends on what you're putting your guess, I guess. I don't know what it's called. Yeah.
So basically like a lot of why we're doing this is because a lot of people out there just really want to get into day trading because they see a bunch of people who are like, oh, this is my day trading life. I wake up at 8 when the market opens or whatever, and then I trade for 2 hours, and then I have my whole rest of my day. Yep. And a lot of people want that lifestyle, so they want to get into it. But a lot of people are signing up with these gurus that, are not actually helping them out, which means they got to keep their day job, and they're also paying this guru to try to teach them things. Yeah. But they just it's not panning out that way. So why we want to do it is like us starting from the bottom, like say like, okay, save up $1,000 because that's how much we have in the account. Yeah. And we're going to kind of tell like kind of what we're doing option trading, right? Yeah. It's just, we're going to kind of explain it as it goes so that you can try it out for yourself.
Instead of going to like a guru for this one, at least I'm doing someone who's actually doing it.
It's smart if you can find someone who's actually successful at that category, a lot of times they'll say the same thing. Like, yeah, a bunch of people are going to tell you to do this online. It's not the best way. This is what I would do. Yeah. And it's usually more productive.
Yeah. A lot more productive. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing. I mean, don't have a whole bunch of like results yet just because it's only been a couple days. But yeah, I mean, the last thing we wanted to maybe talk about or that we're going to try to do and implement. I mean, explain kind of like the work that we've been doing, the financial planning stuff.
Well, you can talk a little bit more about the financial planning. Talk about the financial planning first, and then I want to talk about kind of what we have some things in the works. Yeah, that we want to kind of.
So basically, what we've been what I do and you do like for work on the side a little bit here and there.
Basically, JVL sold in the summer, so he kind of like most summer salesmen. They sell in the summer, and then the off season they kind of like recruit or just kind of like hang out.
Yeah, just kind of do whatever. So that's why I'm not really working, but I'm doing this job.
The financial planning kind of more.
Yeah, the financial planning
because I'm my full-time job that I have to be at.
Yeah, and the financial planning, the whole goal with it, and the whole reason that I'm doing it is like to get a steady stream of income that isn't the doors anymore. Just because I eventually want to
replace your income.
Yeah, I want to eventually get off the doors. So that's why we've been doing it. But we offer products to people, retirement products. That people can use, retirement vehicles, I would say. Right. That people can use that will give them a much higher return than the typical 401k, typical Roth IRA, typical just stay in the stock market kind of thing. And
those are great. S&P 500. It's awesome.
Those can be super good.
To look for a better outlet for it.
Exactly. And so we've been doing that, and I think it's super cool because there's no one that we can't help. Like, sure. I mean, most financial planners, you have to have a minimum set of money that you have to give them. We don't do that. We don't charge people. Like I
Goldman
just think it's
Sachs is like what, 200 mil or something like that.
Yeah, there's some crazy. I don't know. That was Smith that. Money. Yeah, it's just like it's just like to me. I'm like, and I get it because the reason why a lot of these guys have those set plans, one is because they there's some like form, I think, at least back then when we were talking about that one guy. I know who you're talking about.
Brian Smith.
No. There was the guy who had the 200 million minimum thing.
Goldman.
I don't know if it's Goldman particularly, or if it was just the number one advisor in Utah at the time that Don had been looking at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, part of it is like when you're writing these huge plans, it takes a lot of work and a lot of planning. Like you need to make sure you're getting paid well on that work. With us, however, the nice thing is like we don't have to do all the planning and everything like that. It's all back books. It's all partnerships that we have with companies like Fidelity, Transamerica, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so
we give them access to that.
Yeah. And so
Which
it's cool.
Everyone should have access to that.
Yeah. So we can give people access to institutions
right.
that you can't get into unless you have millions of dollars. But
yeah.
I mean, if someone's making $30,000 a year, we can do it. So,
right.
which I think is awesome. I love it. I'm super passionate about investing and stuff like that. So
it's pretty sweet.
It's super good. It's a good job. And it's, and we've got a huge.
It's nice when you can help people while also getting a solid stream of income.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will sell their soul to sell a product. And it's like,
yeah. Sell their soul to make money.
Exactly. Yeah. It's nice when you can kind of do both.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on a huge client right now. Hopefully it goes through here soon.
It'll be massive.
They're talking about it hopefully being March or April that the account will go active.
Sick,
They've gotten the green light. Can't name anything yet, but
not quite.
But yeah, when it does go through, we will name it and we'll talk about it and just how crazy of an opportunity it is.
Updates with it.
Yeah, so it's been good. But I mean, with that, you wanted to talk about.
Well, yeah. So I saw this guy on Instagram, and basically he just helps like local business. There's a lot of local business out there. Like if you like kind of like look around while you're driving, you're like, I've never heard of this company. I have no clue what they do. Right. And majority of that is just like, don't have someone that can do their marketing. They don't know how it works, or like they just don't know how to sell the product very well. Right. And so this dude, he'll go around to local companies and kind of try to help them out on the marketing side of things. Yeah. And I was talking to JVL and I was like, okay, well, we have a crazy amount of connections with like a bunch of people that we know that, can help out on the marketing side, can help out on the sales side and all that stuff. And we have a lot of, knowledge in that field as well. Like been in sales for a while. I've been in sales for a while. Like we kind of know, and we've been in like leadership positions and stuff, management positions where like, I feel like we could help out a lot of people in that aspect of things, especially like trying to get in tune with like our generation. Yeah. A lot of people and a lot of companies are like just older companies that they just do what they love. And it's like, why not do what you love while also getting a bunch of customers, building your whole business out. So like what we're going to start doing, we're going to kind of slowly start to do it. We're going to bring in some of our connections, some of our people that work on the marketing side, Instagram side, all that stuff, bring it in. We'll kind of do the, communications with that business, try to bring it in to try to like build some businesses up and kind of talk about how we've been able to do that.
I think the biggest thing is like, we just want to use, the platforms that we can get. Cause I mean, I would say like our goal with the podcast and with our social medias is to build a platform, right? To use for all things, and
we can expand out.
And then eventually, we can use that platform to help businesses grow and market businesses. I mean, it's kind of monetizing basically. Yeah. What everyone, all the big podcasters, YouTubers, everyone does on their podcasts and stuff. It'd
be like monetizing, but like to a more personal extent. Not
exactly.
Like better picks.
Better picks, 1,000 extra money. And
it's like, that's it. Like we didn't even like do anything.
Exactly.
They just like had us.
Yeah, we'll talk about the company, talk about what they do and stuff like that. And as we build traction and stuff, hopefully
also build our company up.
Yeah. Target bigger things and stuff. But
yeah,
no, it's gonna be good. We've got so much planned and so much in the works that we're just gonna try to stick to it and figure it out. But Nate and JVL, tough, bro, it's gonna be good. But I mean, and maybe one day we'll get these framed. We'll get these framed.
We're getting framed.
We'll get them framed. Those signs are never leaving.
Oh, yeah.
I hope everyone knows that
we're keeping them up.
I don't even care if we had 1 million subscribers. I'm leaving that all day. That's budget friendly.
100%. I broke the budget on that. We don't even have a budget on this.
Oh, well. Anyways, guys, we'll do your little outro song.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Hey. Anyways, guys, but hey, comment any of your likings, any of your dislikings of what we just talked about.
It's probably a few.
Hey, if you got hate comments, bring them in because I love them. I love them.
It's tough.
But if you also have love comments, like go ahead and leave those too because we also want those. But anyways, with that, Nate and JVL, we're out, baby.